Hello, I'm Billy with A-dec. Today, I'd like to give you an overview of our A-dec 532B delivery system. First, before we talk about the delivery system, let's talk about the water bottle. Before you remove the water bottle, be sure to turn the power off on the unit. You can remove the water bottle by simply pushing up and rotating the water bottle counterclockwise. Once you refill the water bottle, add 1 tablet of ICX. Please be sure to refer to our waterline maintenance flyer online for complete details of our waterline maintenance recommendations. Once the water bottle has been filled and the ICX has been added, you can reattach the water bottle to the holder. Please note, underneath the holder there is an O-ring. That O-ring should be lubricated monthly to allow the water bottle to be attached and removed easily. To reattach the water bottle, simply push up and rotate clockwise until it is secured. Next, let's talk about the delivery system. First, you can turn the unit on by engaging the toggle on the front of the unit. Simply turn the toggle on. Your touchpad should light up, indicating that it now has power. On the side of the unit, you'll notice you have your knobs to adjust your air and your water. Notice that the water adjustments should be numbered from front to back, 1, 2, 3, 4, and those coordinate with the positions 1, 2, 3, 4. This 5th position should be a dry position. Also notice that when the handpiece is removed from the holder, the LED light will light up, showing you which adjustment you're making to which handpiece. If you need to adjust the drive air can actually be found on the bottom of this unit. Please adjust the drive air according to your handpiece manufacturer's recommendations. Be very careful when you're making adjustments on the air and water on the side, as well as the drive air below. Do not over-tighten those. Over-tightening can cause serious damage to the control block. Now let's look at the back of the unit. First, you have your flush toggle. To flush the system, simply remove the handpieces you want to flush, remove any attachments on the tubings, hold over a bucket or a sink, and then engage the toggle on the back of the unit, holding for around 30 seconds or until the water has all been removed from the lines. Once the water has been removed, go ahead and let go of the toggle and then reposition the handpieces into the correct holders. To remove the oil collector, simply rotate the screw clockwise 90 degrees and pull. Notice the gauze inside of the oil collector that needs to be replaced as needed. You should check this weekly. If the gauze becomes too contaminated or dirty, it can cause your handpieces to lose power. Be sure to check this weekly and replace as needed. Additionally, on the 532B, you'll notice there's this cotton roll. Be sure the cotton roll doesn't fall out when you're checking or changing the oil collector. If it does, you can simply replace by inserting the cotton roll back into the holder. You also notice there's an O-ring on the oil collector. Lubricate this O-ring frequently as needed anytime you check the oil collector. To reattach the oil collector, simply push the oil collector in place and spin the screw counterclockwise to lock it into place. Next, let's take a look at the front of the unit. First, you'll notice the handle located right in the middle of the unit. This handle is equipped with a capacitative touch sensor. Simply engage the handle and that will release a series of brakes in the flex arms. Position the delivery system where you would like it, remove your hand, and it will stay in place. Notice how the holders for the handpieces pivot down and back. Position these to your comfort level, allowing you to be able to easily remove the handpieces from the holders. Next, let's talk about the syringe. Your unit should have come with A-dec manufactured syringe tips. If you're using these syringe tips, you'll notice there are 3 notches on the syringe tip. The first 2 notches will actually lock into O-rings inside of the syringe. The third notch is simply a visual indicator to show you if your syringe tip is fully seated or if it is not before you actually use the syringe. If you can visually see that third notch, simply push on the syringe tip to fully lock it into the syringe. If you're using a disposable syringe or another manufacturer's syringe, we recommend using a syringe nut to make sure that the syringe will actually lock into place and prevent the syringe tip from coming out of the syringe. The tray holder can be mounted either on the left or the right. You'll notice that the tray can pivot, once again, 360 degrees. Also, you can simply change the direction of the tray to whatever suits your needs the best. Next, let's talk about the touchpad. You'll notice the touchpad is mounted in the middle of the unit, but it actually can pivot from right to left. This is great if you have a left-handed operator in the office and you need to move the unit to be used on the left-hand side of the chair. Also, it's great to be able to improve the line of sight into the touchpad while you're operating. Now let's take a look at the buttons. Let's start at the top of the touchpad and work our way down. In the top left-hand corner, you'll see an A1 button. The A1 is used for any auxiliary items you may be powering in the operatory. This could be something like a TV, a monitor, or a fan, or something else that you have connected. Next is a screen lock. Whenever you need to wipe down the screen, simply press that button. It will lock the screen for 10 seconds and will unlock. The third button controls your operatory light. Simply press the button one time to turn the light on. Press it again to rotate through the different intensity settings. And then to turn off the light, simply press and hold for 3 seconds. The last icon on that row is a silhouette of 2 people. That switches between the 2 user profiles on the touchpad. You'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner, A and B. That is referencing user A and user B. Both user settings are completely independent of one another. The next row down on the far left are your cuspidor controls if you have a cuspidor in the operatory. The third button is your water on-off button. If you release a handpiece, you'll notice the water icon on the touchscreen. Simply press the water button to turn off the water and press the button again to turn the water on. Likewise, with the air, simply press the air button to turn off the air and press it again to turn the air on. The touchpad will override the toggle found on the rheostat. The 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons are all the presets for your electric handpiece RPM settings. If you want to change those presets, simply engage the handpiece, use the plus and minus to adjust the RPMs to where you would like them, press the program button, and then press the location that you want it to be saved as. You should hear 3 beeps indicating that the setting has been saved. Next, you have your chair presets. On the left-hand side is your entry-exit as to allow patients to enter and exit the chair. Then you have the operating position. Note that when this reaches its position all the way back, the LED light will automatically turn on. And then we have the back all the way up button should you need to put the patient up for any amount of time. Next, you'll see an icon that looks like 3 handpieces. Use that button to navigate to endo mode if your handpiece supports that functionality. In order to navigate the settings and the functionalities within endo mode, simply use the plus and minus and the arrows to change those selections. Next are the manual chair adjustments. The up arrow will move the base of the chair up, the down arrow will move the base of the chair down, and then the forward and back buttons will move the backrest forward or back. Finally, on the bottom right-hand corner of the touchpad is an icon that looks like 2 arrows. Some say it looks like a pair of headphones. This button changes direction from forward to reverse if your handpiece supports that function. If you'd like to learn more, contact A-dec customer service or visit us online.